The hidden psychology behind condom use, female attraction, and evolutionary mating strategies. In 2019, a fascinating study revealed something that goes far beyond public health or sex education. It exposed a deep, primal layer of human behavior shaped by evolution, biology, and desire. The study originally set out to gather data for campaigns promoting safer sex and birth control. But it unearthed a much darker, more revealing insight. Women are significantly more likely to agree to unprotected sex with men they find physically attractive, and much less likely to do so with men they don't. At first glance, this might seem like reckless behavior, but when viewed through the lens of evolutionary psychology, it makes perfect, if sobering, sense. Attraction overrides risk. The biological blind spot. The study found that women routinely underestimate the risk of pregnancy and STDs when they're physically attracted to a man. In these moments, even well-educated, health-conscious women let their guard down. The reasoning? Attraction weakens resistance. When a woman is emotionally and physically charged by a man's presence, her natural defenses, logical thinking, caution, and even her own standards, can drop dramatically. But the opposite also proved true. When the man was considered unattractive, women were far more cautious, insistent on protection, and less likely to engage sexually at all. This sharp difference isn't just about taste, it's about reproductive strategy. Parental investment theory. Why women risk more. According to parental investment theory, men and women evolved very different mating strategies due to the biological costs of reproduction. A woman's investment in sex is, by default, far greater. She bears the risk of pregnancy, the burden of childbirth, and in most societies, the bulk of early childcare. Therefore, nature wired women with internal filters, signals of attraction, disgust, excitement, and caution, designed to help them select partners with the highest genetic value. When a woman finds a man highly attractive, her subconscious registers him as a high-value genetic partner. This often overrides her instinct for safety, because biologically speaking, her body views this man as worth the reproductive risk, even if only for one night. This is not a conscious decision. In fact, women will often report feeling a sense of just going with the moment, or not thinking straight, which reflects how much our sexual decision-making is influenced by instinct, not logic. The flip side. Sex as a modern-day filter. In today's dating culture, sex is no longer seen purely as a bonding ritual. Instead, it's often used as a test drive, a way to see if there's physical compatibility before emotional investment. A 2024 survey revealed that nearly half of American adults have sex on the first or second date, shifting the sequence of connection. What used to come after deep emotional bonding now comes before, making it harder for men to interpret what sex actually means to a woman. In this era, understanding a woman's attitude toward protection and intimacy can be a major signal of how she truly feels. What her condom use might really be saying. Let's say you're in an exclusive, long-term relationship, and yet, she still insists on using condoms. On the surface, this may seem like a responsible choice, but emotionally, it might signal something deeper. A hesitancy to take the relationship to a point of no return. For many women, raw sex, even in a committed relationship, symbolizes deep trust, emotional vulnerability, and a willingness to risk long-term consequences like pregnancy. So if she's holding back from that, it could mean she's not fully sure she wants a future with you. She still sees you as a short-term partner, not long-term material. Or perhaps she doesn't trust you, emotionally, sexually, or otherwise. None of these are conclusive by themselves, but in the context of evolutionary behavior, they matter. For a woman, sex isn't just physical, it's psychological, symbolic, and often strategic, even when she's unaware of it. Conclusion. Sex is a signal, not just an act. If a woman is asking you about sex, or even subtly letting you in without protection, it's never just about lust. Her subconscious is already calculating risk, reward, and long-term implications, especially when it comes to the genes she might one day pass on. And while modern culture has blurred the lines between casual and committed, biology hasn't caught up. It's still operating from the same evolutionary software that protected women thousands of years ago. So when a woman drops her guard around you, whether physically or emotionally, she's not just choosing a partner for the night. She's responding to an ancient biological instinct that says, this man might be worth it.